Back Row Ministry of the World Premier Muslim Mark coming back at you live and direct. So I wanted to do a quick breakdown on some of the numbers that vibrate in the New Orleans attack that took place on January 1. As we said, we are in World War III, but they got to get you to be willing to fight in the war. So, of course, they're going to come with some form of strategy to create fear, because fear is one of the both ultimate weapons they had. And let's add fear to this, because fear is an emotion that is a weapon. It can be weaponized. Fear 30, 21, 78, 24. So remember the day of the attack, if this gives it back to us. And we'll reboot. So the day of the attack, which is 1-1, was a day with 47 date numerology and 11 date numerology. So we know that 11 is a master number. 47, Trump just became the 47th president. And remember that 47 is the number of foundation. Remember, foundation is 47. And remember, we talk about Euclid's 47th problem. And when we talk about the checkerboard boys, the worldwide conglomerate. And we always talk about Euclid's 47th problem. What is the 47th problem in Masonry? The 47th problem of Euclid is a mathematical ratio that allows a master mason to square his square when it's out of square. In the old days, old wooden carpentry squares had longer leg because they were created using the 3-4-5 ratio from the 47th problem of Euclid. The proposition for the 47th proposition: in right angle triangle, the square from the side sub ending the right angle is equal to the squares from the sides containing the right angle. Okay, and that's Euclid's 47th problem. So it's really a science of foundation and building a science of foundation when we talk about the 47th problem. So going into the time of Trump now, who is President 47, just elected as President 47. Remember, he's 45 and 47. Trump is 47. He's the foundation taking us into the next cycle, which is what we are in now, which is World War. The shooter was named Shamsuddin Jabbar. He was 42, and remember that 42 is the N-word number. Anytime they put a first on something, it's 42. And funny about his story is that Jabbar was Texas born. I remember we got Texas in the national championship. They're still alive. Texas gets a home game in the Cotton Bowl. Notre Dame just beat Georgia. He also attended Georgia State University, which I felt was funny. But he's an Army veteran. He served in Afghanistan, so he fought against Muslims, but now all of a sudden he wants to fight against America. Very strange, but definitely a warning for Muslims in the military that we need to be on the watch. Anybody with a Muslim name is in the military, you're not going to be safe. They're going to be running all sorts of checks on you, because the narrative is going to be Muslims in America are a danger. They can be turned to the big bad IS squad, which he mysteriously, decided one day he wants to join the IS team. So he's posting all these videos about how he wants to destroy America. Now he just came from the rocks, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff inside of this. So from military vet to terrorism is, you know, how they what they gave you. And if you look at the word terrorism, and we'll go to terrorist. Terrorist is 43. Terrorist is 43. Terrorist is also 56, the coronavirus number. So terrorist vibrates, if you look at our vibration with his full name, Shamsuddin Jabbar is also 56. See, Shamsuddin Jabbar is 56, which is his full name. Terrorist is 56. So they got to match things up. Things must match up for these rituals to work. So it said, of course, according to the story. Now, this number changed. We went from 15 to 14, and I want you to know why it changed exactly. Because if we go into the world of prime numbers, and why they changed it from 15, because they knew certain we would catch that. 47, of course, is the let me see. All right, so 47 is the 15th prime number. So they quickly changed that. They didn't want you to quickly be able to tie 47 and 15. So they dropped it to 14. Remember, 43 is the 14th prime. So most of the reporting came on the second, which is 1, 2, 12, a day of completion. Remember, 12 is a number of completion for anybody who's been following. 37 is the 12th prime. And then we had 48 days. Within the 48, you know, it's also 48 is our gematria for that day. But 48, 12, remember Thursday, it happened on Thursday, which is 35. So they switched it up when they reported everything. So Jabbar's 34, Jabbar's 16, Jabbar's 47. Trump, Jabbar vibrates with Trump, of course. Trump is 47, Jabbar is 47. New Orleans, where it took place, is 45 and 54. 45 and 54. 45 can sometimes play two roles. Funny number. So 45 is the ninth triangular number when we talk about 45 and 54. So we go back to our history. And I think we had 1-9 in this ritual, if I'm correct, to find the 9. But 45, we had that 45. And we'll keep the basic hunt on for any other 45 ties. I don't think there was any other 45 tie that I saw, 54 tie, but we're probably running into one inside of this. Terrorism was our big one. Terrorism is 43, so that's your 14. Terrorism 43. He killed 14 people. So there's your 14. Also terrorism 56, what we talked about. Truck. Now they said it was a truck that was used. When we talk about chaos, remember we talk about 2009 leading us into chaos, and we've been in a course of chaos ever since. Chaos is 19. So the truck represented chaos, and the beginning of chaos was in the form and symbolism, because everything's a symbol. So the truck symbolized chaos. And then Thursday 35, for people who follow gematria, we do a lot of Thursday 35. You know, on Thursday they're gonna get it 35. So they gave us the truck. You probably heard like 80 35s in this story, but Thursday is 35 and 46, also a day of sacrifice. So 46 is a number of sacrifice. And I don't think I put my sacrifice numbers in here. We can add our numbers for sacrifice. 46 is a number of sacrifice. 62 is a number for sacrifice. So those are your sacrifice numbers, 46 and 62. So those were just some of the numbers that I picked up on. Bourbon Street. I took Bourbon, which is 33. New Orleans is a big Masonic mecca. It's a lot of checkerboard boys. It's always been like that. Remember, the Francaise were the first people to uh, inhabit New Orleans. That's pretty much their city. Anything that had to do with the Francaise, we're talking about the illuminated ones. They've been plotting and been alleged to plotting a lot of things out of New Orleans, so we can allege them for plotting this as well. Remember, they were alleged to be behind the JFK murder, or the city that were alleged to be the planners of the JFK murder at one time. And we talk about New Orleans, and we talk about the city symbol of New Orleans. And you see that badge with the crescent and the star in it, and you turn it this way. Now, they talk about Muslims, but then they use the Muslim star and the crescent just upside down, and also that's a Shriner symbol for their police department. So big checkerboard boys, a lot of checkerboard boys in New Orleans. So definitely 33 is going to be all over this story. Bourbon Street, 57 and 78. So Bourbon Street is where this took place. We'll go deeper in some numbers as we kind of break this down over the next couple of days. ISIS or ICE, they're just calling it IS. They're not telling you in detail. Remember, IS is 17. Also 10. Remember, they started off with 10 people were dead. Killers is 17, 28. So we see that 28 pop back up again. IS is 28, kill is 28. So they definitely make sure they're gonna vibrate those things together. Trump is 29, the 10th prime, and we get 10 in IS. So there's a relationship between Trump and IS. Sugar Bull. Yesterday was the Sugar Bull, 37 to 12th prime. So they moved the Sugar Bull to Thursday, which is a day of 37 numerology. So they played with a prime number. So 37, for those that don't know their primes. So 37 is the 12th prime number of completion. So that part of the ritual was completed, but that's the number of completion, 37 to 12 prime. So Sugar Bull 37. 53, the 16th prime number. And remember 53, and I always want to show primes. I don't want people to think we're just making up prime numbers. Sugar Bull. With Notre Dame winning with the 13. And then we had all that 13 in our Jay-Z breakdown. Everything took place on 13. The unlucky, lucky number. Because they love 13. They was all 13 yesterday, but they was throwing 13. Remember, Notre Dame went 1-3 all time against Georgia. Notre Dame went 1-3. So the next time they play Georgia, they definitely will lose because Georgia can become 4-1 against Notre Dame. Let's watch out for that. But 53-16, Jabbar 16. See how they related to Sugar Pool. So this was a sacrifice for a football game because it always is. You might get Texas against either Penn State or Notre Dame. Sugar is 21 and 33. So Sugar take us back to our checkerboard boy relationship in the story. Notre Dame is 41. 41 is the 13th prime. So anytime you see 41, for those who have been following, you know you see 13. 49 is Revelation. So 49 is the revelation part of this. And let's put Revelation up, because we want to put out our big word. So tribulation. Then my man called Trump, Tribulation Trump. He brings forth the tribulation, or the end, the beginning of the end to the beginning. I'm going to put in Revelation. That's not how you spell Revelation. Okay. Revelation is 49 and 59, so it shares the Negro number. It's also 121, which is the 11th square. So remember, this revelation took place on a date with 11 numerology, 1 1. Okay, so Revelation. And we could say the book of Revelations. So Revelations is 50 and 67. Remember, 67 to 19 prime takes us back to that 19 part of this. All right. So many numbers in this one ritual. Okay. Iran. So don't be surprised. And we see the 42-year-old Jabbar, Iran 42. Let me take you back to the story. He's supposed to be how old? Shamsuddin Jabbar, 42. Now, he's American born, so he's not from uh, any Arab country. He's not born from that. His family could be. So he could be like second or third generation. But Shamsuddin Jabbar is 42. And Iran is 42. So like we say, this war and 66. And remember, we got the 66 coming again in sugar. So sugar is 66. Iran is 66. Sugar is 21. And we'll tie some more stuff into that. But the sugar bull. Truck is 73, which is a 21st prime. So definitely this sacrifice had a lot of ritualistic meaning. But Shamsi Din, Iran is 42. Jabbar is 42. Unfortunately, this word is also 42. The N word is 42. Some of their ties and things that they use. I was getting you back. And I forgot which way I was going. But it was a prime number breakdown. I wanted to show you guys this prime number breakdown. I'll get back to it. Yeah, but Iran 42, Iran 30, Iran 66. We talk about the book of Revelations and we talk about the 66 chapters of Revelation. Fear is 30. Remember, fear is 30. Iran is 30. Remember the axis of fear, all these terms they like to throw around. Fear is a powerful weapon. Like I said, they're going to use weapon. And at 21, remember, we talking about the 21. Fear is 21. Sugar is 21. See, so they're using certain things. Remember, sugar is a very destructive chemical, very destructive substance. Sacrifice, 73, 46, 73 to 21st prime. That's 30, hit the wrong one. I want 73. That's what I was doing. So 73 is a 21st prime number, the fourth star number. Not quite skilled on star numbers, but I got to do some breakdown. Tribulation is 141, and we know that 141 is not 141 I was looking for. But 141, 75 is tribulation. Trump is tribulation. Trump, he's the person supposed to bring forth the tribulation. So we see a whole bunch of numbers that generated with each other inside of this ritual. And they had to tie these numbers into Jabbar and make sure that these things generated and vibrated with his last name to make the ritual as strong as they can get. So like I say, in these rituals, they don't care who they kill. It's to pass an agenda. This agenda is fear. Don't be surprised if the person is got some ties with Iran, because that's what I'm looking at. That's where I'm really looking at this story to go. That's where I'm looking at it to go. So we see the energy that was created in this story. This energy is to promote fear. So we talk about the family. His family is also trying to understand where he went wrong. Jabbar was born and grew up in Beaumont, Texas. So they're going to be specific with what part of Texas he was from. So we didn't throw Texas on here because he's from Texas. And remember, Texas still has a chance to win the national championship. So Texas is 15. 47th, of course, is the 15th prime number. They had started off with 15. Remember that. Texas is 66. So when we talked about 66, we talked about 66 being tied into Sugar. Sugar Bull was 66. Who else did we tie 66 in? We tied 66 into a couple of things. Iran being 66. So that wasn't a mystery with that. They said he was from Beaumont. Beaumont 27. And remember when Trump in 27, the Knights Templar or the Knights Commander. Remember, Trump is the Knights Commander. You know, it was deemed the Knights Commander with the 27 ritual at the assassination attempt. So we see Beaumont is 27. And that goes back to our Knights Commander. We keep seeing the 27 pop up. He's from Beaumont, Texas, which is 42 and 66. Yeah, they do it. They can't stay away. They have to keep going that way. They have to keep going. So his brother was 24. His father is 65. And they make sure they give you these numbers. Brother 24, father 65. 24 came up in Iran. See, Iran, his brother is Iran. His brother is Iran. You see what I'm saying? So you got to take the number. So a lot of times these guys, they give you the number. They say, well, his brother's 24, Iran's 24. Okay, so what are they saying? His brother is Iran. That's what they're saying. They're communicating. Just move the number. Put the word into play. His brother is Iran. This is all about war with Iran, protecting the Israeli state, and justifying why we have to go into this war in the Middle East. Remember, the Third World War is Zionism versus Islam. But you got to have everybody pick a side. America had to choose a side. They got Trump there, but I did a piece on can the Israeli trust Trump? I don't think they can, because in my opinion, this is all about the Catholic Church trying to get a hold of the Christian in themselves, the Christian power base, trying to get back Jerusalem. And I think they're closer than ever before by baiting people into thinking that they're going to service and help support Israel in his cause. And I don't think Israel can trust him. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't see it's 64 or 65. So his brother is Israel. His brother is not Israel, but Iran. His brother is Iran. His brother is Iran. So we're going to see Iran brought back into this situation. And we're also going to see an attack on American Muslims. Attack on American Muslims. See, they're trying to say, well, Muslim, you're not safe just because you served in the military. So you see, this gentleman here is supposed to be Shamsud, at Fort Polk. And see, he went to Georgia State University, went to Georgia State. So, they just played off the college championship, threw names in the college championship bowl. And Texas in play. Remember with our Jay-Z story, all these Texas lawyers seem to be in play for some reason. I just want everybody to really pay attention to how much Texas and Texas legal is in play. All right, see how they brought the tip with something. Which he said was more than 27,000 past due as mortgage. See how they brought the Knight Commander number back? So they're bringing us right back to Trump. Bringing it right back to Trump, the Knight Commander. He was in this Ford F-150. And it was the Lightning. Let's get this Lightning into play. Lightning 44, kill 44. Say it threw the kill code back in there. 17, 28 is our kill code. So those are our kill code number. 64 is a kill code number. So don't get it twisted when you see number 64. You know it's a kill code number. Lightning 5544, the kill code. Could he have been a Manchurian candidate? Possibly. Possibly. Turn them on when you need them. And it's funny, the 56 is, you got 56 in terrorism. We get 56 in his name. And, coronavirus was 56. You can't say that on YouTube. They'll cut your video. But, it's their channel. They can do what they want to do. But a lot of numbers in this story. Texas 15. Texas still got a chance to win the national championship. Let's pay attention to Texas. Me personally, if they don't give them to her this year, I don't know, what we're doing. So we'll pay attention to Texas pulling off their first championship in a long time. And let's see, when is the last time Texas won a national championship? See the last time. So last time Texas won a national championship, funny enough, Texas last won a national championship in 2005, 20 years ago. Approximately, it's going to be 20 years ago when they last won their national championship. And it was a 20 in this story, and I'm trying to figure out where that 20 was that I had seen. Oh, and I forgot to put his first name in. I put his full name in. This is a very unusual Muslim name. I gotta figure this one out, what it actually means. Shamsud 22, which is 11. So 22 is 11. That took you back to your date numerology. 2 times 11. And so 22. And then Shamsud, of course, was 41 to 13 prime. And that game yesterday was laced with Shamsud. 41, we saw number 41 doing some. We saw the quarterback number 13. Remember, 13 beats 14. Quarterback for Georgia was 14. Then mysteriously, the quarterback for Georgia, Beck, wasn't playing. Beck didn't play yesterday. Mysteriously. Beck is 12, so mysteriously Beck is out. Beck is 24. So a lot of ritual inside of this one story, tied into a football game, tied into World War III. Everything was connected in that ritual. Everything was connected. So it's been 20 years since they won a championship. And he was in the military in 2015 or 16. I think that picture said 16. No, actually 2015. All right. So we see the ties in this. We see the ties in this, okay? So there's a lot of stuff. Here's a 12. According to the documents, he had his driver's license suspended, was placed on probation for 12 months. See how they doing it? 12 months. And all this came out on not the first, but the second, which is 1-2. So all the 12 stuff came out on 1-2. See how they do it? So they numerology is in the mix. Gematria is in the mix. Everything's in the mix together. It must line up for this energy to be strong enough. So we're watching for Texas to win this national championship. They haven't done it in 20 years. And this ritual comes about right around that time for them to make that run towards a national championship. But it's sad that these folks don't care who they hurt for these sick rituals. That's the whole thing. They really don't care. They don't care who they hurt. They do not care who they hurt. So we got a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff that we broke down. I don't think I missed anything. Remember this took Bourbon Street. All right, let me go here. And I want to pull up the French Quarter piece. French Quarter. It happened in the French Quarter. Remember, like I say, New Orleans all over this. So French Quarter, of course, is 73 to 20. Like we just said, that was a 21st prime number. 71 takes you back to 20. So there's our 20. Remember what we just had? Carson Beck mysteriously misses the game. Carson Beck, 21. French Quarter, 21. It's not the only 73 in it, so let's go down our list and make sure we don't miss a 73. Truck, 73. French Quarter, 73. 197 is the 45th prime number. 197 is 45. Remember New Orleans 45. Remember Trump was 45. Now he's 47. New Orleans 45. French Quarter 197 to 45th prime. So remember, everything matters. Everything matters. Every part of this ritual has to be precise. The numbers must add for the energy to be created. What are they trying to create? Fear energy. They need you to be afraid. They need you to turn on. Remember, this whole theme is this election here is turn on your fellow man. You're going to see Hispanic turn on Hispanics. They want Muslims to turn on Muslims inside of America. That's why we said your Secretary of Defense is a National Guardsman. And I told y'all that looked pretty strange to me. Why would you get a National Guardsman to be Secretary of Defense unless your defense is going to be targeted in America? Remember, we talked about that. So that's what you need to be on the watch on. That is going to be war inside of America. Everybody turning on each other. They want to create as much fear as they can so they can convince you that you need to send your children to war. And we just came out of a war in the Middle East. And now they want you to be in a full-scale war with more than one country. So imagine that. And remember now, the draft papers were signed. So that draft bill was signed. So the Democrats did a lot of underhanded things, passed a lot of bills. They're just as complacent as the Republicans with sending your children to war. And they'll pretend like they didn't do anything. They'll pretend like they didn't do anything, but they signed that bill where there's going to be open draft. That happened in the time of the Democrats. So don't get it twisted that they're the goody two-shoes party. They're not. They're just as complacent, just as evil. That's why we say these are birds of the feather. They all flock together. So we got a lot in this story. We pray for the families as these sicklings continue to do. We don't know this young man's story or where his mind state was. We don't know if he's a Manchurian candidate. We don't know. But this was his role to be played in the beginning of the year. And they set it up. As soon as the ball dropped, they put their plan in motion. This is how these people work. This is how these people work. So in January 2022, so the beginning of the year, he just has all these problems. So, and they gave you Toro. Remember, Toro is the car rental company where people rent their own cars. They're going to try to stop that because they want control over everything. Toro is the 20 I was thinking about. So I know I saw a 20. So Toro was that 20 that I was thinking about. French Quarter 71, that takes us back to 20. But these are just some of the things that I saw, and definitely brings this ritual together, brings the energy together. But like I say, I'm a key in on it. This is all about this place. and to get you back to this place. So don't be surprised if somewhere inside of this story, we're not driven back to Iran and he's Iran. He got some ties with Iran and some other stuff. So that's what I'm looking for. So I think we were able to hit on a lot. We'll do a little bit more breakdown about actual meaning of some of these words, and that's what I want to look for before we leave. So I do want to see the meaning of Shamsud. Yeah, but I don't just like numbers. I like to. What is the meaning of the number? You need those things. Shamsud's meaning to see if it's even a real name. Like I say, these folks will make some up. And see, you get more of that than the definition of his name. Yeah, you're getting more of that than the actual meaning of the word Shamsud. I don't think it's a real name. I would have found the meaning of the name. So it's plaster, but it's no meaning. You get a meaning of a name. It's no meaning. See, it's no meaning of the name, and that's concerning to me. I don't see an origin. So if somebody finds the meaning, please post it so we can know what Shamsud means. We don't have a Shamsud origin for the name. 14. And we go to number. And I like to do number meaning. I get a lot of stuff I don't want. And it's better always take it from a numerology standpoint. Since we are doing numerology, all right. So, most numbers are angel numbers we talked about. So we're talking about 14. Let's get this out of the way. We need to remove this. So the 14, the significance numbers of 14 and angel numbers. The number is often associated with balance, harmony, and trust. It is a reminder from the angels that maintaining balance in all aspects of your life is essential for your well-being. Okay? This thing got too many crazy things for me. When you see the angel number 14, it's a gentle nudge to find harmony in our relationships, work, and personal growth. It encourages you to trust in the divine guidance that is always available to you and have faith in your own abilities. See? Additionally, angel number 14 may be a sign that positive changes and opportunity are on the horizon. So some to this definition and say, oh, well, that doesn't pertain to what just happened in New Orleans. A good situation. That wasn't a situation that, was positive, but it was. It was positive for the elite because they want to show harmony, balance, and trust. They want to show harmony, balance, and trust. And to do this, and to show harmony, balance, and trust, they have to have a ritual to say that we're on your side. We're on your side. We're backing your play. We don't like Muslims. We don't like Muslims in America. So we're going to back your play and try to rid the world of Islam, even in America. So you can trust us. You can trust us. That's the communication. That's the communication. And like I said, think about the story. Think about the current story right now. Think about the current story right now. So, a lot of stuff at play, a lot of stuff in this ritual, a lot of things are going to change. You got to be on the watch. So, if you're a Muslim and you're in the military, if you're a Muslim, you're out of the military, you need to be on the watch. You need to be on the watch because they're going to be coming. You're going to have a lot of robocalls from people that are not from this country trying to say you things, trying to see where you are. Do not respond to any of those calls. They're going to be investigating Muslims in America. Just get ready for that because they want to show that, hey, we're down for the cause. We're down for the cause. As I said, this war will be fought on American soil, and we're already seeing the beginning of what's going to take place in American soil. Mr. Mockley Backroad Ministry, peace and hair grease.